Hello and welcome to Hard Copy from our channel's television studios in Abuja. I'm Kayla Megwa. The fear of glitches is the beginning of wisdom. Sort of. We must question our broadband capability. How technically capable are we? The bulk of our election process is manual, essentially. We must avoid hacking in this age of computer inquisitiveness. Those are the words of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as he very swiftly signed the Electoral Act Amendment Bill into law. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now a law in Nigeria that in the case of a network failure, election results manually written on Form EC8A will serve as legal results. It is not mandatory for election results to be transmitted electronically to the iREV. They can if the network is fine at the polling unit, but if it isn't, EC8A is still valid, or at least that's how it looks. As you can imagine, many people are upset with this outcome because the complaint was about transparency, the manipulations to our election results that occur in collation centers as a result of this manual method. At least that's what we hear from CSOs. International observers over the last 3 elections in Nigeria identified the issue, this particular issue, as the major problem with Nigeria's elections. Manipulation of results at collation centers due to this manual method of recording election results. And many believed that eliminating this interference by electronically transmitting those results from the polling unit to the iREV in real time was the solution. Last week, we asked civil society what they would do if the Senate and the House of Representatives harmonized and passed the Electoral Act Amendment Bill with the contentious proviso suggested by the Senate. They said they would have to take their advocacy to the executive. So now that the executive has signed, what are they going to do next? While they think about that, here's what has happened. Following tense deliberations over Clause 60, subsection 3 of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, Senator Abaribe, rising under Order 72, subsection 1, called for a division of the clause. He proposed removing the proviso. That allows for manual transmission of results in the event of network failure. Following that, the Senate President called for a vote, and 55 senators voted in favor of the proviso, while 15 opposed it. In the House of Representatives, where electronic transmission of results in real time had been agreed on, a move was made to change that decision and harmonize their stance with that of the Senate. Well, after a rowdy session that saw some opposition lawmakers stage a walkout and address the media, consideration of the bill resumed, and Clause 60, subsection 3 of the electronic transmission of election results is approved with the option of Form EC8A in case of communication failure during the electronic transmission. Now, the protests have stopped, but we hear that they will continue following this controversial decision by the National Assembly, and our lawmakers are being called all kinds of names. Why have they done what they have done? Is it the same network story? Is that something we don't know? Are they afraid of transparency, as some people have said? Or is there a genuine reason why real-time electronic transmission of results cannot be in our laws? Let's find out. Senator Adaramodu, chairman of the Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, joins us tonight to discuss the Electoral Act Amendment Bill and more tonight on Hard Copy. Senator Adaramodu, welcome to Hard Copy.
Yes, good day, my dear sister, and I want to greet my compatriots Nigerians. Good day, too.
The Nigerian public seem to be very upset with you and your colleagues.
No. You just say a section of Nigerians are upset. Because when we talk of Nigerians, we are talking of Nigerians that are living in Ilawe Ekiti, Ogoto Ekiti, Eyo Ekiti, Ara Ekiti, Ilupeju Ekiti, Ikole Ekiti, Kafanshan, Bejuleki. We are talking about Nigerians that are living in those areas. They are not only the elites that are living in Abuja or that are living in very cozy homes and offices in Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Kaduna. We are not talking only about those people. Those people that can access television houses, those people that can access radio stations, those people that can access pages of newspapers and canvass their own personal opinion, and then now want to impose it and then extrapolate it and make it to be the public opinion of Nigerians. Look, yes, a section of Nigerians are will be upset. That is the
noisemakers.
That is the no. They are not noisemakers. They are not. They are well. Some people might be making noise, like the Senate president would have alluded. Then some of them are making useful noises. And in any debate, there is the good, the bad, the ugly. So you have to take the good, the bad, the ugly together. So then when you sieve, then you know where the good stands, where the bad stands, and where the ugly stands. You still need to give them room to just say what they want to say. And in fact, we are not even dealing with majority we have its way, while minority we have its say. No, we are not even dealing with that. We, as practitioners too, we are Nigerians too. We are politicians, we are the ones who go to elections. It is not the person that is carrying placard at the front of a National Assembly that is going to election. Many of them don't even have party card, voters cards. Many of them have never even voted before. But just on the post, some people will say, like, there was a time when we did this tax law, there was one person who's highly revered in Nigeria. So he was criticizing the tax reform bill, criticizing every day, speaking big grammar, lexicographical ability, and acrobats. So every day. Then we now asked, have you ever seen this bill before? He said, no, I've not seen it, but people are saying. So it is the same thing with the electoral bill and the law, which has now been passed, which has now been assented to by the president.
But there was public hearing.
Yes, there was public hearing.
When the public hearings were happening.
When we spoke about public hearing,
yes,
opinions were divergent.
But the opinions during the public hearing seemed to go in favor of the amendments.
No, if we didn't want to,
which is the reason why the House of Representatives,
if the Senate
put that amendment in their own bill.
If the National Assembly didn't want any amendment, they would not have even brought it up at all. So we would have gone with that 2022 Electoral Act.
For many people, they're saying that it feels as though the public hearings were a waste of time.
No,
because during the public hearings, they said this is what we want.
For example, now that was not the only clause that the public hearing was.
This particular clause.
No. It was not particularly.
Yes, but this particular clause, it seemed like they wanted this.
We didn't invite the public to come and talk solely on only one clause in the Electoral Act that consists more than 300 clauses. We did not. Some people even wanted to throw away the baby with the bad water. Some people that they said, because we did not put real time, and this is the first time in the history of Nigeria that we are going to make technology as a veritable tool of transmitting the results of our elections to the public. This is the first time. Even the other time, 2022, when it was there that at the discretion of INEC, today we have removed the discretion of INEC. It is now at the discretion of the law. And what is the discretion of law? It is now even mandatory for a presiding officer to make sure that you upload, you transmit to the INEC iREV.
But that's the question. Hold on, Senator. The issue is during the last election.
The question provides the answer to itself.
In the 2023 elections,
yes,
election results were transmitted.
That election it was not in the law.
Yes, but it was transmitted. The issue was that we couldn't see it. The issue was it was transmitted, but we couldn't see it. Now, the question that many people have for you, Lawmakers, is between last year and this year, what has changed? What have you added that maybe
you cannot hold either INEC or the National Assembly to task over last year's either transmission or transfer or non-transmission or non-transferring of any election result, because it was not in the law.
Okay.
It was not provided for in the law.
In your view, what have you done differently, though?
What we have done
differently with this?
What we have done differently now is that the 2023 elections, based on 2022 Electoral Act, was that at the discretion of INEC, they can release, they can showcase results, they can transfer or transmit election results in their own way, whatever they prefer. We gave INEC had that latitude to decide, to determine how. And then INEC's discretion is not law, it's discretionary. And then that was why the Supreme Court heard Article versus INEC that, look, you did not vote electronically, and so you cannot collate electronically. And that it is not even stated there that there must be electronic transfer or transmission, either transfer or transmission of results via any portal. So definitely you cannot come here and be pleading it. So INEC is not law. INEC's opinion is not law. INEC's discretion is not law. But today is now in the law that for the first time that transferring results from the polling units to the portal that has been created by INEC, which we call iREV, is now very compulsory. It's not very mandatory. And the only provision there, I don't know why people are not talking about why some people are so averse.
Can I explain why? No, let me explain why. No. They're angry about the provisor because in Nigeria we know that when a provisor is supposed to something, that provisor becomes the law.
Now, I now want
so
to tell
now
you.
See
I now want to ask a
network
question. I now want to ask a question from you. Even if there's no provisor there, those people that are going to even upload that result to that iREV, are they not Nigerians? Are they come from Congo? Are they not Nigerians? If you are talking about Nigerian factor in the, on the issue of Formis 80 as a backup, then is it not the same Nigerian that is going to upload to that iREV? Are they coming from Congo? Are they coming from Gabon? Are they coming from Iran or Iraq? They are the same Nigerians. So look, let us go to all these minute things. Look, let me tell you something. Politicians, I'm a politician. Many of us are bad players. Many of us are bad players. Well, you know that you are going to lose an election. You come up with all kind of excuses, and it is an omnipotent actuality that anybody that is a policy wants to win. And when you want to win, look, I want to tell you one thing, practically. Formis 80 that we are talking about as a backup to the iREV transmission of results is that after an election in the polling unit, the polling unit is the minimum unit whereby politics is being played, whereby votes are being counted. Now, after election, after voting, maybe around 4 or 5 p.m., so after counting, and they now count openly before everyone there, then meaning that all candidates, all parties will have their agents there. If 10 people contest, all the 10 people will now have their agents there.
Can I paint it
now, when their agents are there, and now they now generate Formis 80 by the presiding officer, and they now write all the results. If we count the results openly, and we'll be recording, when all of you will be there, after being there, then everyone will now have a copy of the Formis 80. After having the Formis 80 copy, now let me tell you something.
Wait,
if you are going to court, I
hate to interrupt you.
I know where you are going.
Yes, but let me go there. Let me go.
Okay, go to where I know that you are going.
The issue is not
go to where I know that you are going.
The issue is not the polling unit. The issue is the collation center. Now, here's the thing. What people are asking for. Hold on, let me paint a picture.
Okay.
Let me paint this picture.
Okay, what people are asking
Imagine
for.
that I am from a political party.
Oh, yeah.
I have 2 agents, one at the polling unit and one where the iREV is. At the collation center. So it's there real time. When the result comes out, I want, as a political party, to be able to say, what my agent in the polling unit has is the same thing that my agent, yes, it's the same thing that hold on a second, it's the same one that my agent in the collation center has, looking at the iREV. That is the transparency that we are asking for. Now, the issue has always been that from the polling unit, the one that at the collation center is never the same.
I'm now telling you, before it might not be the same, but because it was not legal, that when what you see on iREV might be subsisting. But now that is there, that we put the word shall, meaning that it's compulsory, it is necessary, it's a must. Meaning that you have to look at both together. The Formis 80 that your agent has at the polling unit and what is uploaded on the iREV. Now, let us take it. Let us agree without conceding that there's nothing like a backup, like the manual Formis 80. Now, you score 930 votes in the polling unit, and then the presiding officer wants to play funny and just write 93, not putting the 0. You know, 93 and 930, and not putting the 0. Now and then that 93 now appears on the iREV. How do you cure that kind of damage? How do you cure the damage? The only way you can cure the damage is by showing the practical thing that everybody saw, that they counted at the presence of everyone, that you have a very countersigned, stamped by INEC official document that you can now show. So that this one makes it very difficult for anybody who wants to be very smart. Because if you...
So if I'm getting you right, if there's going to be foul play can be done in the uploading to the iREV.
Yes.
And it can also be done...
Oh, yeah. So what are you saying?
Deal?
So by the time... No, not that. If you have your own, if you are a painstaking and attentive agent of a candidate or of a party, you will take your Form E8A. The presiding officer and the poll class will sign with INEC stamp on it. And you will sign. And you have it with yourself. And the presiding officer goes ahead and maybe go and upload something wrong. It is then you can now show what you have. That no, this one is not the same thing that I have. So definitely it means that when you are not voting electronically, and you are not counting electronically, and you are not collating electronically, then you now want to leave the manual way that you have voted, the manual way you have accredited, the manual way you have counted your votes, the manual way that you have collated. Then when you leave it and you now want to go technological, electronica, at the end of the day, definitely there's a fraud.
Let's go on a short break. When
so
we come
it is
back,
not even about glitch.
We'll talk more about electronical methods.
It's not going to be technical.
We'll also talk about the loopholes and some of the questions that Nigerians have. It's going to be a good one, so please stay with us on Hard Copy. We'll be right back.
I know we are here together.
Welcome back to Hard Copy on Channels Television. If you just joined us, Senator Adaramodu is here with us tonight, and we'll be slugging it out on the newly signed Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Thank you so much, Senator, for making out the time to be with us today. Okay, so let's talk about that issue, because you have made a very interesting point, which is the fact that if there's going to be foul play, it's going to be done by humans. It can be done on the Form E8A, or it can be done on the iREV. On what is being transmitted if someone wants to play funny. Party agents have always complained over the years.
Yes.
There's always been that complaint that what we are hearing them calling out in the collation center is not the same thing that I have on my hand.
Kayla, let me tell you something. I am the politician that I told you. You know, some party agents. One, many politicians will not recruit party agents that are up to date, that are even cyber savvy. One, two, some of them, when the vote starts, when voting starts by 8 a.m., by 11 a.m., some of them will be so impatient, they will leave the place. Three, some of them would have told their principals that, oh, that unit, I'm in charge of the unit. We are going to have all the 300 votes that are in the unit. So by the time people start voting, and they now find out, because there's no way a party agent will not know where people are voting. You will know. The party agent will know that, oh, this party people are voting, because it's transparent box. Some of them will be looking at it. It's transparent box. Immediately they know that one. Immediately they start counting. The presiding officer start counting. Everybody will be there. 100, 200 people, the presiding officer will not, and whatever room party. So the party agent who knows that his boss or his principal or his party has lost, we now start making calls. Okay? This place, I don't believe in this result. I know, no. 300 of them told me yesterday night that they are going to vote for us.
So there's never been foul play. Everyone that recorded foul play was lying.
I can see that they are now trying to tell us that we have only 20. It's a lie. They will not be ready to even take the Form E8A. They will run away. And then their principal will tell them, leave the place. They are in trouble. We will go to court. That is why we always have all these excuses. The people who will now be telling you, iREV. When you even generate results from iREV, somebody will speak to it in the law court. Who will speak to it in the law court? Is it not the same INEC? And then we go and speak to it. That, yes, this is the result that I've generated. It's going to be the same thing with the Form E8A result that person has generated. There's no way an INEC person will come to court, just present Form E8A result, which is different from iREV result that is generated. There's no way. And moreover, where the electoral law is now very beneficial to Nigerians. Many people are not even talking about it. Many people are not talking about it. And then there's one thing in my own place. There's one proverb. They say, "Talagbede to ba lu ere loju kan, o ni kan to fe mu jade be." If a blacksmith start eating only one point on what he wants to recreate or create, then there must something that is angling for. If these people are talking about anytime, off time, and whatever time, it means that, look,
what are they angling for?
It means that some of them, there could be hacking. And if there's hacking, then what happens to the...
So you're saying those that are asking for real time, many of them want to hack?
I'm not even saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm only saying that, let's say it happens without conceding. Then what's going to be our fallback? Now, even in Section 47 of the Electoral Act, BVAS is supposed to be for accredited voters. Mm-hmm. And then it is stated there that where that fails, then nobody is voting. Now, it is through that BVAS that you are going to send that your result to iREV. Now, if it fails, it means that there is no result for that unit.
So that's but you see, because of that BVAS.
And I want to ask a question from you.
Yes.
Kayla, you tell those agitators. Now, in a situation, maybe in a town, whereby you now want to do that your so-called retime. And after the election, after counting, and then the presiding officer wants to send the results, and then the network is misbehaving. Nobody will tell me that network is not behaving in Nigeria. If you send money to even your sister or to your mom or dad, 1 day or 2 days, they will tell you that they have not sent it. Meanwhile, it has already left your account.
The question about the BVAS. Sorry, so I don't miss that point, Senator.
No,
hold on.
Miss it. You hold on. Hold on a second. You are one of the agitators.
Hold on, let me get that. Let me
explain to Nigeria.
Well, give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Okay, I will do.
Now, you see that BVAS situation, right? That BVAS. Now, because we said if you don't use BVAS for accreditation, elections will not happen in that place.
Oh, yeah.
Because of that, everybody started making sure that BVAS is working. Which is the thinking. I'm not talking about those that want to
every election, that BVAS is working.
It's supposed to work.
It's supposed to. You are talking about. You don't make law based on supposed to.
If we make electronic real-time transmission, we will ensure that that place works. It's a way of making things better.
My sister, you don't speculatively make law. You don't just say, we are making this law because we're supposed to. Because Nigeria supposes to. Because NCC supposes to. Because MTN supposes to. Because BVAS supposes... No.
A law will compel them to do the right thing.
No, you make law.
A law will compel them to do better.
No, you make law.
And make sure that there's network everywhere. It will improve our broadband capacity.
My sister, you make law based on the ecosystem. What's happening? What's happening in situ? What is happening now? You make your laws. If you are in a room and there's only one way out of that room, if you are planning your exit, you plan it towards that exit. You don't just, somebody will just say, maybe 2 days to this time, the roof is likely to be open for you to come out. And now you are planning. It means that you have to wait for that 3 days. And then after that 3 days, if there's another excuse, that you have to go through underground. So it means that you perpetually stay in that room, and then that your captors will capture you. So definitely you make your law based on the ecosystem. What is existing? What is existing now is that when you are moving from Abaji to Kotokarve, we have many villages and towns that network is not working very seriously. That if on the day of the election, you want to transmit real time. Yes, it is not. That's not a trouble, and you cannot transmit real time. Then what happens? Then when you now get to see an irate crowd that is not patient, that we say that look, if you are not transmitting now, you cannot leave this place. If you are not transmitting now, it means that you want to go and rig. If the president says, let us go to 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers away from this place so that we can get somewhere that we can now upload, and they will now say, no, you cannot move. Their principal will tell them because they have already lost that unit. If we tell you, look, don't let him move. Don't let her move. Then what happens, my sister? What happens, my sister? So look, you make laws with the understanding of your ecosystem. We all know now. Some people will say, should be when you send your text message, and even if there's no network, later it will go. So does it mean that when you now upload the result, later it will go. So for about 1-2 days, you will not even know the result of your unit. You will not know the result of your local of your ward. You will not know the result of your town or your local government. So is that what we are saying?
Many Nigerians are we now saying the reason why the National Assembly has done this, and they say this is a party issue.
No, it's not a party
way of ensuring that rigging Pro-Max happens in 2027.
My sister, APC has done very well. That's not either rigging Pro-Max or rigging ordinary. We don't need to do that one. Let me tell you, it is even during this that we are talking about, even anything that is near transmitting to iREV. It is during period. Many parties are being, this is the 27th year that we are being, this is a new democracy. This is the 27th year. PDP have been there, half of that 27. So why didn't they do that? But it's we that we are doing that. If we can be confident enough to do that one, definitely everybody should know that, yes, we are sure of ourselves, and not only be sure of ourselves. Our president had always been at the vanguard of participatory democracy. For the and everybody knows that one. In Nigeria, look, do not let us deny the obvious. Don't let us deny the obvious. President Tinubu is a father of participatory democracy.
There's no truth to the argument that a lot of your opposition have, where they say, listen, if there was a free and fair election in 2027 with real-time transmission of results, that APC would never win. Is it
the iREV portal that is going to vote for them?
No, they're saying to be fair, it should be transparent. They believe that the only way your party can win is to rig.
Is it the computer scientists on the iREV portal that vote for them? At the polling units? Let them go to the polling units. Let them vote. Let them tell their agents at the polling units to pick the Form 80. And then if there's any issue, they will bring the Form 80 to the court. Openly. Everybody will see and everybody will know. And now, when you are not voting manually, when you are not collating manually, when you are not doing so many things manually, then how can you? Let us say that we are voting electronically. Then definitely it will go straight. When you punch it with your thumb, it will go straight.
Which is where we want to go.
Yes.
We want to move to that level.
If you want to move to that level, America, our own model, our own role model, 2020 elections is still being contested. And then even when we are counting, they had to resort to manual counting. It means that anything that human beings make is susceptible to that kind of failure. And so when there's that failure, the only way where you can now have total failure is that when you don't have a backup. And now we are now saying backup, and for the first time, let these people go and try this thing now. Okay. Let Nigerians know that Nigeria does not belong to only few of us who are the elites. Okay. Look, it is not through elite conspiracy that Nigeria is going to be governed. It's going to be from the opinions of those people who are market women, for those people who are cattle riders, for those people who are the local farmers. They are more in number than those of us who have the privilege and the opportunity of finding our ways to Abuja to stay in air-conditioned offices. No, they are more than us.
I know that with you. We'll be here. But Senator Adaramodu, I really have to thank you so much for trying to clear the air and for being with us here on Hard Copy. And good luck.
Oh, thank you.
And our greetings to you and all of your colleagues.
Thank you.
That's Hard Copy this week. I'm Kayla Megwa. Good night.